Welcome to Kashechewan and the NAPS Police Detachment. Kashechewan, they call it Cash, is about 1,800 people. It's just north of Fort Albany. We served up there with Nishnawbe-Aski Police Service up in the Canadian Wild North.
I was super excited to be one of the host communities for that orientation of building the culture and relationship. And it's going to bridge the gap in so many ways for the communities of Fort Albany, Kashechewan, Nishnawbe-Aski. Well, the orientation was important to have it in the school itself because it's all about learning the culture, the history, and the people.
One of the calls we had was working nights was a house fire. The fire department up there is all volunteer. Resources are very scarce, and so when they arrived, we asked, how can we help? And they said, grab a hose, help us.
Good job, Dave.
The fire truck itself ran out of diesel fuel, so we had to hop back in the police vehicle, drive around town looking for somebody that had a mobile diesel filling station.
Well, unfortunately, the fire has run out of diesel fuel for the fire truck, and we're running low on water, so we've gone to a community member. Jeremiah is going to bring a tank over to try to fuel up the bumper truck.
And then after the truck stalled because it didn't have fuel, the hoses froze, so that was another issue. So there was a house fire that could have been under control, but unfortunately the whole house burnt down. First Nations communities would definitely benefit in having more social networks, like other than maybe police have health nurses. We did calls with EMS, but again, there's one EMS bus for the whole town of Kashechewan, right? So they're busy doing medical calls, not so much doing, psychological evaluations, etc., right? There was numbers that you could call, for domestic abuse and all that, but I don't think they were readily available, to be honest. It was police, EMS, and the band council. For instance, Fort Albany, the band council there with Deputy Chief Mateta, amazing. They had the pulse on everything. They took care of the residents of the town. They let us know. It was great information sharing. I think it'd be worth its weight in gold for every officer to have the opportunity to go out, patrol somewhere else, patrol somewhere out of your comfort level, Sometimes you just have to take the uniform off and just be a person and, hey, look, like, I'm a police officer, I wear a uniform, but I'm also Mike Kurek.
Hey, buddy, what's your name? Hi, what's your name?
Like, I'm just an average person, right? This is a job I do. I have a family, I have kids, I have emotions. And sometimes on this job, you have to treat people as human beings sometimes, not just police interactions. And I find that that would go a long way for policing anywhere.